What's killing deals in 2023? First thing is financing and payment shock. And so this affects people in different ways. Obviously, before a buyer goes out and looks at homes and puts an offer in, they need to have talked to a lender. And when interest rates were 3.5%, your overall payment could be based generally on what you told that lender that you made, unless you had a major change of your income or you exaggerated your income to the lender or your credit score was just a lot lower than what was anticipated, then your payment may go up a little bit, but it really wasn't that big of a deal for people. So now in 2023, where we've got interest rates 6.25 to 6.5 right now, it's very important for buyers to actually be fully underwritten before they submit an offer. And I'll tell you why that's so important. Let's say you've called your lender and you say, you can pull my credit. This is about how much money I make. If your income is not what you have told that lender, or if your credit score is quite a bit different, that's really going to affect the pricing on your loan. We talked before in a video about the price level increases that have occurred based on credit scores, based on LTV, those different types of things. So it will major impact your payment if your credit score varies quite a bit from what you think it is and what you tell your lender that you think it is. So it's very important right now that people get pre-approved and not just pre-qualified, because the last thing you want is to get under contract on a house and then get sticker shock when you see this payment. And even though the lender on paper says, oh, yeah, they're well within their DTI, you know that making that monthly payment every month is going to be a struggle for you, or it's going to require you to have a major lifestyle change. You may not be able to go to Starbucks every day and get your coffee or whatever it is. You may have to make some major cutbacks, and you don't feel comfortable doing that. So make sure that you get a full pre-approval. Take that lender, your pay stubs, your W-2s, your tax returns, your bank statements, get fully underwritten. All they would need at that point is a property address to get you submitted to underwriting. So try to go to a lender that will allow you to get fully pre-approved before you go out to make an offer. The second thing that's killing deals right now is insurance, especially in states like Florida, where they have so many hurricanes, natural disasters that come through. A lot of carriers will no longer underwrite in Florida. Now, I'm in Tennessee, so that may not affect me so much, but we have a lot of people looking to move up here from Florida. And if they can't sell their home in Florida because the buyer can't afford the insurance, then it does create problems for us here. So make sure you shop your homeowner's insurance when you're going under contract as soon as possible to make sure that the insurance on that home is going to be affordable for you. Another thing that's killing deals right now is home inspections and repairs. Back in the latter half of 2020, all of 2021, the first half of 2022, you had so many people that waived home inspections, and people were just trying to get into a house, trying to get into a house. And now that the market has shifted a little bit and interest rates have went up, and buyers are a lot more serious about buying a home that is move-in ready. They don't want a project. They don't want to make unexpected repairs. So more and more buyers are now opting to get that home inspection before they agree to buy the house. I mean, that's one of their contingencies in the contract. So the seller needs to be upfront on their property condition disclosure to disclose any problems that they may know with the house, but the buyer needs to be diligent in reviewing that home inspection. And sellers, don't think that you're just going to say, well, I'm selling my home as is, and think you're going to get top dollar for it, because you're not. If that home inspection comes back with a bunch of big ticket items and you're not willing to be flexible on your price or repair some of them, these buyers will walk today. They will go find another house. So if you know that your roof, your HVAC, your water heater, all those things are nearing the end of their life, then be prepared to price it accordingly, or be prepared to help pay for some of those things. Another deal killer right now is home sale contingencies. Back in the heyday of the real estate market, the past 2 to 3 years, we didn't really see a whole lot of home sale contingencies because buyers knew that the seller had their pick of who they were going to work with, and a home sale contingency would not be looked at. Now we're starting to see those come back, but if their home doesn't go under contract or their home sale falls through for whatever reason, then it also affects the sellers. So there's a lot of factors that play into having a home sale contingency. And as a seller, before you accept one, you need to find out exactly where that buyer is in the process of selling their home. You don't want to get caught up thinking you're good to go and start packing and getting ready to move, only to find out that the buyer's home failed their home inspection. So make sure you get somebody who's well into the process if you accept a home sale contingency. Interest rates are another potential deal killer right now. In the past few months, rates have been very volatile. We've seen them go all the way up to 7%, and we've seen them come down to 5.75. Right now, we're kind of at 6.25 to 6.5. That has slowed the market down for some buyers because it affects how much home they can buy. And with home prices continuing to go up, a lot of buyers are getting squeezed out of the market with these higher interest rates. So what I'm hearing is we should see interest rates start to decline in the latter half of July through the rest of 2023. It'll be interesting to see how that plays in to the real estate market for 2023. Now, I'm going to tell you another deal killer right now is the news. People need to turn the news off. The news used to be about reporting the facts. They didn't give you a spin on it. In the old days of Walter Cronkite and all those guys, they came in, they reported the news. This is what happened. They didn't give you their opinion on it. They didn't tell you how it affected you. They just told you what happened, and you formed your own opinion. Today, they want to tell you how you should feel about that news, what that news means to you. And for some reason, they love to preach the doom and gloom. So if people would just turn the news off and quit watching this media production, I think everybody would be much better off, to be honest with you. But if you listen to the news, you think the housing market's dead, and it's far from dead. We are still in a very heated seller's market right now because we don't have enough inventory. Don't believe everything the media is telling you. The other thing that's killing deals right now is too much information. We live in a world where we know everything about everything that we could possibly want to know. All we have to do is pull out our phone and we can find anything we want. And the same goes true for real estate. Used to, buyers had to come to an agent to know what was available for sale. It wasn't like it was a deep, dark secret. It was just that technology wasn't out there to be able to share listings with people like we have it today. So now you can go to Zillow, you can go to Realtor.com, you can go to Homes.com, you can go to Trulia, you can go to that individual realtor's website. There's so many different places on the internet that you can go and look for homes. And sometimes people get information overload and they just get overwhelmed with the houses that they see for sale, and they can't make a decision for fear of missing out. They see this house, they fall in love with it, but what if something else comes available that might be better? Let's just hold off a couple of days. And then they end up losing that house because it goes under contract to someone else. So don't let fear of missing out and too much information cause you to miss out on the home of your dreams. Those are just some of the things that are killing deals right now in 2023. What killed a deal for you, whether you're a buyer or a seller? Let me know in the comments.